Magic! Nós vamos mandar uma mágica muito louca. Pericopas, olha ali, olha ali!
A Groovy Magic está aqui em Buenos Aires e agora a gente vai mostrar para vocês alguns dos momentos mais divertidos com os brasileiros nos bastidores do congresso Buenos Aires Tienes Magia. Além disso, você vai ver, para finalizar, uma entrevista que o Ismael fez com o Banachek, que é um dos maiores mentalistas do mundo.
Buenos Aires Tienes Magia, que o Daba e Cielo e todo o pessoal aqui desse grupo preparou pra gente, para muita gente da América Latina, tem vários países aqui da América Latina e outros países do mundo também. E está sendo maravilhoso.
Curiosidade para você, Nação Groovy, a gente está aqui no cemitério, no bairro da Recoleta, um cemitério super famoso, um dos mais famosos do mundo. E cemitério é um lugar mágico, porque... enfim, as pessoas já morreram e a morte é um mistério, né? Tem gente que acredita em uma coisa, tem gente que acredita em outra. Mas enfim, a curiosidade é, nesse cemitério aqui, vem cá, ó, tá aqui um mausoléu, os caixões estão aqui, ó. Ah, não é que tá embaixo da terra, ou não, você vem aqui, você vê os caixões ali dentro. Enfim, curiosidade de Buenos Aires pra nação Groovy Magic. Pô, mas arrebentou minha língua toda, não matou.
Daí, nação Groovy Magic! Aqui é o Alan, na Argentina, em Buenos Aires. Estou com uma fome, eu tô com uma caixinha de pipoca aqui.
Just closing your eyes so you can see. So you can see.
Seguinte, ó, pode dar corte então. Mostra pra câmera, só não mostra pra mim. De copas. É isso, 3 de coração, 3 de copas. É o 3 de copas, olha ali, olha ali.
Yeah, it's coming on. If you're gonna drown, do it the right way. Do it the right way. I don't care what they say, it's so easy. I don't care what they say, it's so
Opa, estamos aqui em Buenos Aires, no hotel em que está acontecendo Buenos Aires Tienes Magia. E agora vamos ver uma entrevista que o Ismael fez para o nosso Groovy Magic Blog com o Banachek, que é um dos maiores mentalistas do mundo. Dá uma olhadinha.
I watch the ladies hand. Okay. I don't let this one go. Okay. I wait and then I follow it with this one. So it looks like, as I push my knees, it looks like your hand's pushing down. So let's go find a place for the block.
Banachek, que é um dos maiores mentalistas do mundo, a gente se encontrou aqui em Buenos Aires também. Banachek, bom, vou fazer algumas perguntas muito rápidas para vocês entenderem mais ou menos o que é mentalismo. Banachek, so tell me, what is mentalism? Well, we can define really shortly.
Mentalism is, you know, there are people that try to call themselves, they say they're psychic.
Okay.
A mentalist is somebody who uses tricks to make himself look psychic. So we're not psychics, but we use different types of tricks, different skills to create the illusion that you're psychic.
And mentalism is like hypnotics, or
It's a mix.
completely
It is
different.
and it's not. We use some hypnosis in our shows because the way we speak to people, we have to learn to control people the way a hypnotist does. We use sleight of hand. We use illusions. We use lots of psychology, verbal, non-verbal communication, body language. So it's a mixture of magic and all these other skills put together.
In your act, you use lots of the orality as a tool, the verbal thing.
Yes,
you
yes,
know?
yes.
Is the most important in your act? The ability with the words
I have
and stuff.
some effects that rely solely on how I say something. Sometimes it's the audience will hear one thing and the person on stage hears another because of the choice of words. Sometimes my choice of words will control people to do the things I want them to do.
A mentalist professional, he needs to know lots about cards, he needs to do a little of manipulation, they need to know about magic.
It's funny because most magicians do not realize that. Most magicians think a mentalist doesn't know anything about cards. Now, we may not know because we don't spend hours and hours working new sleights and spins and flourishes. We don't learn that because it should look natural. If we did a flourish while we're doing something, go, oh wait, that's not a mentalist, that's a magician. And we cannot be seen as that.
And this concept can be applied to any kind of magic. I'm doing street magic.
Yes.
You work with Chris Angel,
Yes.
okay? If I do a flourish, the spectator can think, wow, this is ability, this is not magic. If this man can throw cards and stuff, they can do anything.
They can, but at the same time, when you got street magic like Chris Angel or David Blaine, people know that they're magicians. They don't think of them as mentalists, so they expect if they're going to be on TV, they have to be the best of the best. So sometimes guys have to give the illusion that they can do all these things by learning 2 or 3 of them, and the lay people go. The people on the street go, oh, must be a very good magician, you know. So because they give the illusion they can do all these things.
Okay, you are a friend of Doc Hilford?
Doc Hilford, very good friend of mine, yes.
Talk a little about this friendship and how you create things together.
We don't create things together really. Once in a while we will talk. It's one of those things of Doc is like a big brother to me. When I say big, you've seen Doc, he's big. He's a big man.
The difference between you and
Can I
your
tell?
man.
Tell it?
Okay,
Doc is big,
and the voice of Doc Hilford. Oh.
And I have lots of hair. Doc's got no hair.
Okay, you stole it from the guy. The difference between your mentalism and Doc's mentalism.
Doc's is a little bit more dark, a little bizarre. He puts stories to it, storytelling, things like that. Doc, when you watch Doc, he comes off almost like a con man, like the con man that you love in a way, you know, who's got some very dark secrets. When I do it, I try to make it just like I'm this guy who has this ability and I'm going to show you what I do. And it should look, what I do should not look like mental magic, like a trick. It should look like I'm really doing it. But in my main show, here I only did 15 minutes. In my big show, I always tell them it's an illusion, it's not real. And then I come out and I act like it's real. So I break that barrier for a minute, and then I close that barrier up and I act like it's real when I'm performing.
Great. To end this interview, you can tell us about your products, because we have in São Paulo 4 magic stores, shopping centers. Okay, and we take from LLE.
Let me get my list.
Your product. You can talk about your DVDs.
Well, we have DVDs.
I don't have your books.
Well, we have the size.
We can talk about it later.
We have the size series DVDs, which is 4 DVDs. One's all metal bending. I think that's number 3 is metal bending, and number 4 is metal bending. I think, and number 3 is muscle reading, where you know, to find objects and tell objects. And 1 and 2 is just different things, close up, stage, things with business cards, things with phone books. Things like that, so a lot of stuff like that. Then the metal bending, the silverware, is another thing that we have, which is psychokinetic silverware that I did with Jerry McCambridge. All my metal bends are on there. In fact, I did a workshop here on all of those bends, so I post with people.
So great. Bom, esse foi o Banachek. Se você quiser algum dos produtos dele, procura na Groovy Magic Store 11 9901 8312, que a gente traz dos Estados Unidos, da LL Publishing, ok? Direto pra você. E eu vou negociar com ele pra ver se eu consigo trazer os livros dele pra cá. I'm telling that I will negotiate with you your books. I want to sell in my store, okay?
We may have some left here, so we can give you at the wholesale price. We don't need that on video, but I'll tell you. We'll talk about that.
Okay, we'll talk later. Okay, come on, let's go.
Groovy Magic aqui diretamente do Mar da Prata, Argentina, Buenos Aires. Que não é mar, né? É o Rio, Bianca?
É rio.
Que é o rio da onde?
Rio da Prata.
Rio Prata.
mais uma vez. Magic aqui diretamente do Rio da Prata. Estamos em Buenos Aires, Argentina. Bom, conversamos com o Banachek. Olha o cachorro, olha o cachorro, olha o cachorrinho bonitinho. O Poodle aqui em Buenos Aires, a família passeia, o menino com seu uniforme da Argentina. Estamos aqui diretamente do Rio da Prata. Um negocinho que eu vi ali que só vi lá no Japão. Atendimento @ismaeldearaujo.com.br ou ligue para Bianca, esta Bianca, que está sempre pronta para te atender, para que você tenha os melhores produtos mágicos. E vamos, e ligue pra gente, o que você quiser. Eu quero um DVD, Ismael, eu preciso fazer mágicas, muitas mágicas. Eu quero um DVD que só tem nos Estados Unidos, Ismael, como eu faço? Me liga, fazemos negócio. Groovy Magic de Buenos Aires, encerramos. Não fique com medo do cemitério, porque a Groovy Magic leva você para lugares incríveis, sempre fazendo muita mágica.